One of the most important sessions that we have in this training is the bridge model. And you're going to start presenting it by sharing an example that you personally have, with a company or with a brand that did not connect it with you or did not recognize an history that you have with them. So when you're going to present your example, you choose something that happens to you that links with what Jana experienced. When you're sharing your example, make sure that you have the same emotions, the same situation that Jana did when she shared her Starbucks story. So that you have a moment that you shared all your passion and your history and the experience and the connection, and then the company or the brand did not react accordingly. This is key for you to frame that in every relationship, there's a bridge that connects us with the brand or with the company. This is the first step of the bridge model. And this is the moment where you go to the flip chart and you draw the two persons and a line in between them to represent that bridge. You go again to your story and you reframe what happened to you in the drawing. For example, when Jana wrote her books in the Starbucks or bought the cups in Starbucks, she was building her part of the bridge. She was creating these experiences that became the history. So you show that in the flip chart. The guest, with all the history and everything he lived with the company or with the brand, he built this part of the bridge and he can feel it. He has the emotion towards it. It's real for him. But yet, us, that we're on the other side, when we see the guest for the first time, we don't recognize that history. And that part of the bridge for us is yet not real. Then we respond as not acknowledging that part of the bridge, so the guest simply falls down. But when we see the guest for the first time, we don't recognize that part of the bridge. We treat him as the first time. So there's no emotion or feeling or connection whatsoever. And the guest, when he comes toward us, he falls. So from our perspective, of course we treat them as the first time because we don't know them. But guess what? A loyalty guest, for sure, he or she has a history with us because he has stayed with us at least 10, 20 nights. So even if we don't know and we don't feel it yet, the history is there and we have to recognize it. If I'm not mistaken, there's a truly attached to that, so we can stress that point out with your participants. But the question is how we know about this history. How can we discover? And we have different tools available for our staff and for us to understand and to discover this history. We have ACDC that can tell us a lot. We have the loyalty materials. Of course, if the guest is a silver member, he has stayed at least 10 nights with us. Where? With us. So value that. And if we don't have any information from the guest, be a artist and ask questions. Then you're going to find out and you're going to be able to connect. To finalize, make sure you practice this part with your participant, making them rehearse or practice how it means to welcome a guest with this part of the bridge connected and what we have to do to create our part of the bridge. This is the moment we do the movie director exercise.